In reality, the vast majority of men over 60 are unaware that the way they drink water, just plain water, can be the silent cause of issues like erectile dysfunction, low energy, and decreased testosterone. It may seem unbelievable, I know, how something so simple can lead to such serious effects. However, after more than 30 years of treating thousands of men, I can assure you that it is not always a matter of age. Many times, it depends on our daily habits. One of the most neglected habits is the way we consume water and the timing of when we do it. I specialize in neurology and men's health with over 30 years of experience, and I have seen patients aged 62, 74, and 79 arrive frustrated, discouraged, and convinced that the best years of their lives were behind them. Yet time and time again, I have seen how simple changes, like proper hydration, can restore energy, performance, and confidence in ways they never imagined. In this video, I am going to share 8 powerful science-backed secrets about water and erections that many older men wish they had known decades ago. These are the same principles I apply every day with my patients. At the end of the video, I will also reveal a little-known morning trick that takes just 7 seconds and, combined with proper hydration, improves blood flow and sexual performance. Stay tuned, because this could be the most important video you watch all year. Water is the best friend of your blood, and erections depend on it. First, we need to understand blood flow, because without it, an erection is impossible. What many men do not realize is that blood is mostly made up of water. This means that if you are even slightly dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker, flows more slowly, and struggles to circulate. When blood does not flow freely, especially to the most critical areas, the ability to achieve and maintain an erection is directly affected. Dehydration increases the viscosity of the blood, making it syrup-like, which forces the heart to work harder to pump it. A study by the American Heart Association shows that even mild dehydration can raise blood pressure and reduce endothelial function in blood vessels, the function responsible for producing nitric oxide, which is essential for vasodilation and blood flow, especially to the penis. Because, in reality, an erection works like a hydraulic system. It all depends on pressure. It is crucial that blood reaches the penis, fills its chambers, and stays there. But if your blood is too thick, slow, or dense to move properly, that pressure will never build. You may feel desire, but physically your body cannot respond. Blood is over 90% water. That is why when you do not hydrate properly, even just a little, your blood slows down. Your heart has to work harder to circulate it, which translates into less oxygen and fewer nutrients for your body. The same happens with key hormones like testosterone and nitric oxide, resulting in reduced blood flow to the penis. And this is not just my opinion, it is pure human biology. Even if you are drinking enough water, something else could be sabotaging your performance from the inside. And this can be even more dangerous than poor blood flow. It has to do with a hormone that is essential for every man and what happens to it when the body goes into survival mode. Let's dive into this now. Dehydration silently reduces testosterone. I clearly remember treating a man named Robert. He was 75 years old, had recently lost his wife, and lived alone. His mind was sharp, his eyes alert, but his energy was running out. He looked at me and said, "Doctor, I don't feel sick. I just don't feel the same anymore." There were no visible crises or medical emergencies, but something inside him had dimmed, and he didn't understand why. We talked about his situation. He was not taking any major medications. He exercised a little, ate well, and was not depressed, but he felt a lack of motivation and little interest in intimacy. And behind all of that, there was a silent fear. Have my best years already passed? I ran some tests and discovered that his testosterone levels were below normal. Not low enough to be alarming, but enough to explain how he felt. When I asked about his water intake, he admitted it almost apologetically. "The truth is, I don't drink much," he said. And there was the problem. Most men don't realize that dehydration doesn't just cause fatigue or thirst. It puts the whole body into survival mode. The body begins to save energy, protect vital organs, regulate temperature, and maintain blood pressure. Everything that is not essential for survival, like reproduction, sexual desire, muscle development, and testosterone production, is pushed to the background. Testosterone affects more than just sex. It also influences motivation, strength, and identity. But when the body senses a lack of water, it dims that flame to protect itself. And the longer you remain dehydrated, that hormonal imbalance becomes your new normal. But that is not all. Dehydration brings with it another silent enemy, cortisol, the main stress hormone. When you are dehydrated, cortisol levels rise. And here is the problem. Cortisol and testosterone cannot peak at the same time. When cortisol rises, testosterone falls. It is like a pendulum. And most men over 60 are stuck on the wrong side of that pendulum. A 2007 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed the relationship between dehydration and increased cortisol. When cortisol rises, the body prioritizes vital functions and testosterone production is suppressed. Research from Harvard Medical School has also indicated that this hormonal imbalance affects not only sexual desire, but also overall energy and bone health. Returning to Robert's case, I did not prescribe testosterone or hormone replacement therapy. Instead, I recommended something much simpler, a hydration habit. He started drinking water from the morning, always carried a bottle with him, and took small sips throughout the day instead of waiting until he felt thirsty. Avoiding caffeine in the afternoon, alcohol before bed, and learning to listen to his body were key changes. For weeks later, he came to my office with renewed vitality. "Doctor," he said, "I feel more alert, I smile more, and I even feel like going on dates again." That spark had returned. All he needed was to give his body what it had been silently asking for, water. But even if you drink water every day, there is something many men do not understand. It is not just about the amount, but how you consume it. This mistake could be the reason your body still does not respond as you expect. Most men drink water incorrectly. When I first explained to them that the way you drink water affects your ability to have erections, many laughed. I will never forget Jack, a 69-year-old retired truck driver, a big, straightforward man. He looked at me, laughed, and said, "Doctor, it's just water. What am I supposed to do? Pray to it." I smiled and replied, "No, Jack, but you should respect it." That is where many men make a mistake. They believe that drinking water is as simple as emptying a bottle whenever they feel thirsty. But the reality is that when you feel thirsty, your body is already dehydrated. And drinking large amounts of water all at once, especially very cold water, prevents your body from absorbing it properly. Instead of hydrating the cells, that water passes quickly through your system, overloading the kidneys and flushing out essential minerals. It is like pouring a bucket of water onto a dry sponge. It does not absorb, it just spills over the sides. The body can only absorb a limited amount of water per hour. Drinking too fast, especially cold water, can shock the digestive system, activating the sympathetic fight or flight response instead of the parasympathetic rest and digest response. This reduces absorption efficiency and can lead to excessive urination, eliminating essential minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium. These electrolytes are crucial for nerve function, muscle contraction, and maintaining blood pressure, all of which are essential for a healthy sexual response. The body seeks consistency. It wants you to take small sips of water steadily throughout the day. This helps maintain blood volume, balance the nervous system, and improve hormonal control. Even posture matters. Drinking while seated, rather than standing or moving, sends signals to the parasympathetic system, activating rest and digest mode, which allows more efficient absorption. And here is something most men have never heard. Letting water mix with saliva for a few seconds before swallowing helps the body process it better. It is an ancient habit supported by modern science. And there is something even more important coming next. Even if you are drinking water correctly, it is very likely that you are still engaging in daily habits that counteract all your efforts. Small routines that seem harmless, but silently drain water from your system and undo your progress. Let's break them down. The hidden habits that cancel out the benefits of proper hydration. There is nothing more frustrating than doing everything right and not seeing results. I see this frequently with my older patients. Men who commit to drinking more water change their habits, and genuinely try to take care of themselves, but a few days later tell me, "Doctor, I feel a little better, but not as much as I expected." For example, like many men, Michael starts his morning with a strong cup of coffee. At the end of the day, he enjoys a glass of wine with dinner. After eating a juicy orange or some slices of watermelon, he drinks a large glass of water. Everything seems normal until we analyze it from a hydration perspective. Caffeine and alcohol are diuretics. This means they actually pull water from your body, increasing urine production and dehydrating you more than you might imagine. You might think you are rehydrating, but if you drink water immediately after coffee or wine, you are just running behind and never really balancing the situation. A single cup of coffee can make you lose the same amount of water or even more. The World Health Organization recommends drinking the same amount of water or double the amount of coffee or wine you consume to compensate for that loss. In addition, there is the timing problem. Drinking water immediately after consuming fruits with high water content, such as oranges, grapes, or watermelon, can dilute digestive enzymes and cause bloating. When this happens, your body becomes less efficient at absorbing nutrients, and the water you drink loses part of its benefits. Drinking water immediately after fruits can dilute digestive enzymes, causing indigestion and reducing the absorption of vitamins and minerals from food, weakening the body's nutritional chain. Even a seemingly harmless act, like drinking too much water too quickly, known as overhydration, can flush out essential minerals like sodium, magnesium, and potassium. These minerals are crucial for nerve function, muscle contraction, and, of course, your sexual response. This is not a guess. It is pure biology, and in the next part, I will show you exactly why. Let's see what science says about it. The benefits of proper hydration for sexual health are backed by science. Research from the National Institutes of Health, NIH, has shown that maintaining good hydration improves endothelial function, promoting the natural production of nitric oxide, a key factor for erections. Even mild dehydration of just 1 to 2% of body weight can reduce concentration, short-term memory, and reaction times, directly affecting confidence and overall performance. Studies confirm what many men experience. Proper hydration improves blood viscosity, allowing smoother circulation. It keeps organs like the liver and kidneys functioning efficiently, which are essential for hormonal regulation. A well-hydrated brain functions more clearly, muscles contract better, and properly hydrated blood delivers oxygen and testosterone exactly where the body needs it, especially during intimate moments. Even a 1 or 2% drop in hydration levels can negatively affect mood, memory, and concentration. But there is something else that makes hydration even more critical as we age. Something few doctors mention, but that every man over 60 should understand. It has to do with how aging changes the rules and why your body can no longer afford to ignore it. As we age, the thirst mechanism becomes less sensitive, and the kidneys lose part of their ability to concentrate urine, making dehydration easier. In addition, the total amount of water in the body decreases from 60% in young adults to 50 to 55% in older adults. This makes people over 60 much more prone to dehydration. Many common medications among older adults, such as diuretics or blood pressure drugs, also increase the risk of dehydration. And there is something else you need to know, a simple 7-second habit that perfectly complements proper hydration to unlock real and lasting performance. All you need is your breath and your intention. This technique is very simple. Inhale slowly and deeply through your nose, hold for a few seconds, and then exhale gently also through your nose. This mechanism is known as nasal nitric oxide release. Nitric oxide is a powerful signaling molecule that helps dilate blood vessels, allowing blood to flow more freely. Studies published in the Journal of Urology have highlighted the importance of nitric oxide in the initiation and maintenance of erections, as it is the main trigger for the dilation of blood vessels in the penis. Breathing deeply through the nose not only increases nitric oxide, but also activates the parasympathetic nervous system, helping the body relax and optimizing the physiological response. Most men over 60 have reduced nitric oxide levels, one of the reasons blood flow decreases with age, even when the heart is healthy. With just a few intentional breaths each morning, right after your first glass of water, you can activate this system and significantly boost circulation. It is a gentle, natural method that works with your body, not against it. A daily hydration routine can strengthen erections. One of the most common questions from men over 60 is, "Doctor, I understand hydration is important, but what exactly should I do?" That is why I developed a clear daily hydration routine based on science and the success stories of men I have treated. This approach also follows general recommendations from organizations like the Mayo Clinic, which suggest between 3 and 7 liters of fluids per day for men, and between 2 and 7 liters for women, depending on activity level and climate. Building the foundation of strength begins with water. So I propose this routine. In the morning, before coffee or breakfast, drink a glass of room temperature water, slowly and while seated. Within the next 2 hours, drink another glass, this time with a pinch of sea salt to help retain essential minerals. Around lunchtime, drink 1 or 2 more glasses, again seated and unhurried. In the afternoon, add another glass, especially if you have consumed caffeine or been exposed to the sun. Early in the evening, drink a final glass, stopping at least 1 hour before bed to avoid disrupting sleep. Now you know that hydration plays a much larger role in sexual health and overall vitality than many doctors have told you. You have learned that blood flow, the foundation of a strong erection, depends on diluted, flowing blood that is more than 90% water. If you find this content helpful, share it, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you do not miss more practical, science-backed tips designed for men over 60. Start today. Keep it simple. Regain your energy. Regain your strength. Regain your body, glass by glass. And if you want to take the next step to become a stronger, more vital version of yourself, stay with me. There will be more science, more strategies, and more truths that no one else will tell you. But for now, remember this. Stay hydrated and maintain your performance. Now you know the secret that most men over 60 overlook. Water is not just a drink, it is the fuel for your body, your energy, and your sexual health. Proper hydration, small daily habits, and simple techniques like deep nasal breathing can transform your energy, your confidence, and your performance. Remember, it is never too late to take control of your body. Every sip counts, every small habit builds strength, and every day is an opportunity to feel younger, stronger, and more alive. Start today. Drink your water, follow the simple routine, and respect the natural rhythm of your body. With consistency, patience, and intention, you can unlock vitality, restore your sexual health, and reclaim the energy you thought was behind you. Stay hydrated, stay strong, and enjoy every moment, because the best years of your life are still ahead.